Happy Sunday, everyone. Today, for obvious reasons, we're going to talk about strokes and some other problems. I am Semiretiredbob. I talk about the carnivore diet, all things related to the carnivore diet, and miscellaneous odds and ends. You're watching me walk. I know that doesn't seem exciting, but if you consider almost 3 years ago, I couldn't do this. I could barely stand for a couple minutes without severe pain, and now I'm out here walking every day. It gets a bit more interesting. So if you're new to the channel, welcome. If you're returning to the channel, welcome back. It means a lot to me that you spend just a few moments of your day with me. I would like to ask everyone to help me out just a little bit. Hit that thumbs up, drop down in the comments and say, "Hi, Bob." And if you haven't subscribed yet, what in the world are you waiting for? All these things are absolutely free and help me get the word out that it's never too late to change your life. I'm 61 years old and I'm doing things I couldn't do when I was 40. Like out here walking in any kind of weather. But today, you guys saw me out in the blizzard clearing the snow off my driveway just a couple of days ago. And now it's 53 degrees and sunny. It's very nice, and it's supposed to be even warmer tomorrow. Before we get into this topic, I would like to ask everyone to give a little prayer for Mitch. He seems to be doing well, but as many of you know, Mitch, the old guy carnivore, had a stroke, and that's why we're talking about this today. So keep him in your prayers for a speedy recovery. I saw his little post from the rehab center last night, and he seems to be doing fairly well and in pretty good spirits. But a little prayer never hurts. And of course, because Mitch had a stroke, the people on the other side of the aisle, and even those in the middle that just sort of follow YouTube stuff, they're going wild with comments. See, that carnivore diet will kill you, give you a stroke, heart attack, or all that other stuff. Well, let's keep in mind that strokes are the end result of a disease process that takes decades to develop in the body. It doesn't happen over a few years of carnivore diet. And isn't it interesting that he had that stroke in the exact same spot where things were damaged and weakened from where, I'm not exactly sure why he had brain surgery, but they had cut into his head once before, and that's the place where the stroke happened. So let's not all rush right out and abandon our carnivore diet because Mitch had a stroke. There was that other gal that had a stroke, and of course one of the very popular influencers on the other side of the aisle went absolutely bat crap crazy, saying that, see, the carnivore diet gave her this stroke, but she's denying it. Well, she'd been carnivore off and on for 6 or 7 months. Come on. It takes decades. I mean, look at how I didn't realize how bad I was eating through my entire life. But it all culminated in a triple bypass surgery when I was 55. but I'd been following the doctors and their dietary advice since my early 20s, when I was booted out of the Army. So from 20 to 30 to 40 to 50 to 55, that's 35 years of not so great eating. I didn't realize I was not so great eating, but nonetheless, just like a heart attack, it's actually the same disease process, just in different parts of the body. You know, if you get a blood clot in your brain, it's called a stroke. If you get a blood clot blocking the flow of blood to your heart, it's called a heart attack. But it can happen a lot of other places in your body, and then it's just called a thrombosis. I have to laugh, not because Mitch had a stroke, but the other side of the aisle influencers and the way they're reacting to Mitch having a stroke. The thing that made me want to make this little video is because if you listen to their tone, because Mitch is fairly popular, they actually sound like they want him to take a turn and pass on. What kind of crap is that? Get a grip, people. This is a nice old guy that's sharing what he believes is right. I believe he's right also. So, get off your high horse. This is, as I've said several times already, this is a disease process that takes decades to develop. And there is, as Professor K has taught us, there is no real science that correlates saturated fat with any disease process. In fact, there was a really big meta-analysis that he talked about where they were trying to associate saturated fat with several disease processes, and they could not find any. Now, as we know, associative data cannot inform on cause and effect, but lack of association certainly tells us a great deal. So once again, Mitch, I doubt you'll see this, but if you do, get well soon, buddy. There's a lot of people out here in the YouTube carnivore community that are pulling for you. And I hope some of what I said today made sense, folks. Don't forget, get out there, be 1% better. Today, tomorrow, and every day. Have a great day, folks. I'll see you in the next one.